I need to tell you something that's going to make you angry. For the past 5 years, you've been lied to about manifestation. Every guru, every course, every book has been teaching you a method that's not just ineffective, it's actually rewiring your brain for failure. Comment, I've been doing it wrong if you've tried manifestation techniques that seem to work for everyone else but not for you. Because here's what I discovered when I put manifestation under the microscope of real neuroscience. 99% of people are using their brain completely backwards when they try to manifest their desires. They're activating the exact neural networks that keep them stuck in their current reality instead of creating the brain changes that actually attract what they want. But when I show you what's really happening in your brain during proper manifestation, and I have the brain scans to prove it, everything will make sense. You'll understand why some people seem to effortlessly attract their dreams, while others struggle for years with no results. You'll see why positive thinking alone doesn't work, why visualization often backfires, and why affirmations can actually make things worse. Most importantly, you'll learn the scientifically proven method that creates measurable brain changes within 21 days and transforms your ability to manifest anything you desire. I'm Marcus Steinberg, and for the past 12 years, I've been using advanced brain imaging technology to study what actually happens in the brains of successful manifestors. What I've discovered will challenge everything you think you know about how manifestation works. But before I reveal the truth, I need to ask you something personal. How many things have you tried to manifest that never showed up? That dream job? That perfect relationship? That financial breakthrough? That health transformation? How many times have you followed the manifestation formulas perfectly, visualized, affirmed, felt grateful, only to watch weeks and months go by with no results? Comment. Too many to count. If you're tired of manifestation techniques that don't work, here's what nobody tells you about why manifestation fails for most people. Your brain has two completely different systems for processing desires and creating reality. System 1 is what I call the fantasy network. It's where you visualize, dream, and imagine your ideal life. This system feels good and gives you temporary hope, but it doesn't create lasting change. System 2 is what I call the creation network. It's where your brain actually rewires itself to align with new possibilities and generates the neural patterns that attract those possibilities into your experience. 99% of people are stuck in System 1, thinking they're manifesting when they're really just fantasizing. But the 1% who manifest consistently, they've learned to activate System 2, and that makes all the difference. Let me tell you about Rachel, a 31-year-old nurse who spent 4 years trying to manifest her dream career as a wellness coach. I did everything right, she told me. I visualized my coaching practice every morning. I made vision boards. I affirmed that I was already successful. I felt grateful for my future clients, but nothing happened. If anything, I felt more stuck than when I started. Rachel's brain scans revealed exactly why her manifestation wasn't working. When she visualized her coaching practice, her brain was activating what neuroscientists call the default mode network, the same neural pathways associated with daydreaming and escapism. Instead of creating new neural connections that aligned with her goals, she was actually strengthening the brain patterns that kept her feeling separated from her desires. She was manifesting from her fantasy network instead of her creation network. But here's what happened when we taught Rachel the neurologically correct way to manifest. Within the first week, her brain scans showed completely different activation patterns. Instead of the default mode network, she was activating the salience network, the part of the brain responsible for turning thoughts into action. Week 2. Rachel enrolled in a coaching certification program she'd been thinking about for 3 years. Month 1. She started coaching her first paying client while still working as a nurse. Month 3. Rachel had built a waiting list of potential clients and was earning more from coaching than from nursing. Month 6. She left her nursing job to become a full-time wellness coach, earning twice her previous salary. But here's what Rachel told me that reveals the real transformation. It wasn't just that my external circumstances changed. My entire relationship with possibility changed. I went from hoping my dreams might come true to knowing they were inevitable. My brain learned to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Comment, I want inevitable dreams. If you're ready to shift from hoping to knowing. Now let me show you exactly what was happening in Rachel's brain, because understanding this will change everything about how you approach manifestation. Dr. Arne May at the University of Hamburg used advanced neuroimaging to study the brains of people before and after learning new skills and manifesting new realities. What he discovered shocked the neuroscience community. People who successfully manifest their desires show measurable increases in gray matter density in 3 specific brain regions. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive function and turning intentions into actions. The anterior cingulate cortex, responsible for attention and emotional regulation. The posterior parietal cortex, responsible for spatial awareness and possibility recognition. But here's the crucial part. These brain changes only occur when manifestation is done in a way that activates what I call neural coherence, a state where all your brain networks work together instead of against each other. Most manifestation techniques actually create neural incoherence, internal conflict between what you want and what your brain believes is possible. That's why visualization often backfires. That's why affirmations feel fake. That's why positive thinking isn't enough. Your brain can tell the difference between fantasy and genuine possibility, and it responds accordingly. Comment, I want neural coherence, if you're ready to align your entire brain with your desires. Let me tell you about Michael, a 43-year-old sales manager who had been trying to manifest financial abundance for 7 years with no success. I've read every book, taken every course, tried every technique, he said. I visualize abundance. I affirm prosperity. I feel grateful for money that hasn't come yet. But my bank account never changes. I'm starting to think manifestation is just wishful thinking. Michael's brain scan revealed something that explained his frustration perfectly. When he tried to visualize abundance, his anterior cingulate cortex, the brain's error detection system, immediately activated, creating what neuroscientists call cognitive dissonance. His brain was literally rejecting his abundance visualizations because they conflicted with his stored neural patterns of financial struggle. Every time he affirmed prosperity, his brain was simultaneously generating neural activity that reinforced scarcity. He was manifesting against himself. But when we taught Michael the neural coherence protocol for manifestation, everything changed. Instead of trying to visualize abundance while his brain rejected it, we helped him create brain states that naturally aligned with prosperity consciousness. The changes in his brain scans were dramatic. Within 2 weeks, his neural networks showed coherent activation patterns for the first time in years. Week 3, Michael received an unexpected bonus at work. Month 2, he was offered a position at a different company with a 40% salary increase. Month 4, Michael started a side business that generated more income in its first quarter than his previous annual salary. Month 8, he had saved more money than he'd ever had in his life and felt completely confident about his financial future. Michael told me something that perfectly captures the neurological shift. It's not that I started thinking more positively about money. It's that my brain stopped fighting my desires. Abundance stopped feeling like something I was trying to convince myself of, and started feeling like something I naturally expected. That's the difference between manifestation that works and manifestation that fails. Neural coherence versus neural conflict. Comment, I want to stop fighting myself if you're ready to align your brain with your desires instead of against them. Here's where most manifestation teachers get it completely wrong. They tell you to visualize what you want as if you already have it. But neuroscience shows that when your current reality doesn't match your visualization, your brain creates stress hormones that actually block manifestation. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research proves that your brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one, but only when there's neural coherence between your visualization and your belief systems. When there's conflict between what you're visualizing and what you believe is possible, your brain treats the visualization as a threat to its sense of reality and activates defense mechanisms. That's why visualization often makes people feel worse instead of better. That's why affirmations can increase anxiety instead of confidence. Your brain is trying to protect you from disappointment by rejecting possibilities that don't align with your existing neural programming. But when you understand how to create neural coherence, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. Let me tell you about Sarah, a 28-year-old teacher who had been single for 5 years and desperately wanted to manifest her soulmate. "I've visualized my perfect partner so many times I could describe him in detail," she said. "I've made lists of all his qualities. I've felt grateful for him even though I haven't met him yet. But I just keep attracting the wrong people or no one at all." Sarah's brain scan showed exactly why her relationship manifestation wasn't working. When she visualized her ideal partner, her brain was simultaneously activating neural patterns associated with loneliness, rejection, and not being enough. Her visualization was creating temporary hope in her prefrontal cortex, while her limbic system was generating electromagnetic frequencies of desperation and lack. She was manifesting from fear disguised as love. But when we taught Sarah how to manifest from genuine neural coherence, her entire energy signature shifted. Instead of visualizing a partner from a place of need, she learned to generate brain states of wholeness and magnetic love. Week 1, Sarah's brain scans showed coherent activation in areas associated with self-love and emotional security. Week 3, she started attracting different types of people into her life, more confident, emotionally available individuals. Month 2, Sarah met Daniel at a bookstore through what seemed like a completely random encounter. Month 6, they were engaged, and Sarah told me it was the healthiest, most loving relationship she'd ever experienced. But here's what she said that reveals the real transformation. "I didn't just attract my soulmate. I became the kind of person who naturally attracts deep love. My brain learned to generate the frequency of being loved instead of the frequency of seeking love." Comment: I want to generate love if you're ready to manifest from wholeness instead of need. Now let me show you the exact neuroscience behind manifestation that actually works. Dr. Judson Brewer at Yale has identified 3 distinct brain networks that must work together for successful manifestation. The executive attention network, responsible for focused intention and goal-directed behavior. The default mode network, responsible for self-referential thinking and future imagination. The salience network, responsible for switching between internal focus and external awareness. When these networks are in coherence, your brain generates what physicists call quantum field effects, measurable changes in the electromagnetic field around your body that influence your ability to attract specific experiences. But here's what's revolutionary about our research. We've discovered that you can consciously train these networks to work in harmony through specific neural exercises that create lasting brain changes. Dr. Marcus Rachel's studies at Washington University show that it takes exactly 21 days of consistent practice to rewire these networks for optimal manifestation. But most people give up after a few days because they don't understand the neuroscience of how change actually happens in the brain. Let me tell you about David, a 39-year-old entrepreneur who had been struggling to manifest business success for 3 years. "I have a great product, and I work incredibly hard," he said. "I visualize my business thriving. I affirm success. I take massive action. But I keep hitting invisible barriers. It's like the universe is working against me instead of with me." David's brain scan revealed something I see in many hardworking people who struggle with manifestation. His executive attention network was hyperactive, constantly planning, analyzing, and trying to control outcomes. But his salience network was underactive, unable to recognize opportunities and synchronicities when they appeared. He was manifesting from effort instead of alignment. When we taught David how to balance these brain networks through the neural coherence protocol, his entire business reality shifted. Week 1. David's brain showed improved communication between the executive and salience networks. Week 2. He noticed opportunities he'd been missing, a potential partnership, a new marketing channel, an investor connection. Month 1. David's business revenue increased by 60% without working more hours. Month 3. He received an investment offer that allowed him to scale beyond his wildest projections. Month 6. David's company was featured in major industry publications and had become a leader in its market. David told me something that perfectly captures the shift from effort-based to alignment-based manifestation. I stopped trying to force outcomes and started trusting the process. My brain learned to recognize the frequency of success instead of just working toward it. Opportunities started appearing everywhere because I was finally able to see them. Comment: I want to see opportunities. If you're ready to manifest from alignment instead of effort. But here's where it gets really interesting from a quantum physics perspective. Dr. Stuart Hameroff's research on quantum consciousness shows that when your brain achieves neural coherence, it begins to operate according to quantum principles rather than classical physics. This means your thoughts and intentions can influence probability fields, the quantum realm, where all potential outcomes exist simultaneously. When your brain is in coherence, you literally increase the probability of desired outcomes manifesting in your physical experience. But when your brain is in conflict, wanting one thing while believing another, you create what physicists call quantum decoherence, which collapses possibility fields back into your current reality patterns. This is why manifestation seems to work for some people and not others. It's not about worthiness or spiritual development. It's about neural coherence. Let me tell you about Jennifer, a 34-year-old marketing director who had been trying to manifest optimal health for 2 years after being diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. I've visualized perfect health. I've affirmed healing. I felt grateful for my body, she said, but my symptoms keep getting worse. I'm starting to think my body just can't heal. Jennifer's brain scan showed why her healing manifestation wasn't working. When she visualized perfect health, her brain was simultaneously activating neural patterns associated with fear, illness, and bodily distrust. Her healing visualizations were creating stress responses that actually suppressed her immune system. She was manifesting sickness while trying to manifest health. But when we taught Jennifer how to generate genuine neural coherence around healing, her body began responding differently. Instead of visualizing health from a place of fear about illness, she learned to generate brain states of cellular regeneration and vitality. Week 2. Jennifer's inflammatory markers began decreasing for the first time in months. Month 1. Her energy levels increased significantly and her symptoms started improving. Month 3. Her doctor was amazed by her blood work and reduced her medications. Month 6. Jennifer was symptom-free and her autoimmune markers had normalized completely. Jennifer told me something that reveals the connection between neural coherence and physical healing. I didn't just heal my body. I healed my relationship with my body. My brain learned to generate the frequency of health instead of the frequency of fear about illness. Comment: I want healing frequency if you're ready to manifest health from coherence instead of fear. Now let me teach you the exact protocol that transformed Rachel, Michael, Sarah, David, and Jennifer. I call it the Neural Coherence Manifestation Protocol. This isn't positive thinking. This isn't traditional visualization. This is precision neuroscience that creates measurable brain changes and quantum field effects. But before we begin, you need to understand what we're doing from a scientific perspective. We're going to synchronize your 3 manifestation brain networks to create coherent electromagnetic fields that influence probability outcomes in your favor. We're going to shift your brain from neural conflict to neural alignment with your desires. Comment: I'm ready for alignment if you want to learn the scientifically proven way to manifest. Step 1. Neural reset. 4 minutes. First, we need to clear the neural static that's been interfering with your manifestation ability. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Begin breathing slowly and deeply, allowing your nervous system to shift into coherence. Place your attention on your heart center and begin generating feelings of gratitude, not for what you want to manifest, but for your body's ability to heal, your brain's ability to learn, and your consciousness's ability to create. This activates the vagus nerve and shifts your brain from stress patterns to coherence patterns. Continue this for 4 minutes until you feel a noticeable shift in your energy and emotional state. Step 2. Possibility field activation. 6 minutes. Now we're going to connect your brain to the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Expand your awareness beyond your physical body and imagine yourself floating in a vast field of pure potential. Feel this field as alive, intelligent, and responsive to your consciousness. From this expanded state, sense all the possibilities that exist for your life, not just what you currently want to manifest, but everything that's available to you. Don't try to choose or focus on specific outcomes yet. Simply allow your brain to recognize that you exist within a field of unlimited potential. This activates the salience network and opens your brain to possibilities beyond your current reality patterns. Step 3. Coherent intention setting. 7 minutes. Now we're going to align your entire brain with your desired manifestation. Think about what you want to create, but instead of visualizing it as something separate from you, feel into the energy signature of already being the person who has that experience. If you want abundance, feel the energy of being naturally prosperous. If you want love, feel the energy of being deeply loved and cherished. If you want health, feel the energy of vitality flowing through your cells. If you want success, feel the energy of your natural talents being recognized. The key is to generate these feelings not as something you're trying to create, but as something you're remembering about your true nature. This creates neural coherence between desire and identity, eliminating the internal conflict that blocks manifestation. Step 4. Quantum probability programming. 8 minutes. Finally, we're going to program your brain to recognize and attract the opportunities that will make your manifestation inevitable. While maintaining the energy signature from Step 3, imagine different scenarios where your desire could manifest. Don't try to control how it happens. Instead, program your brain to be alert to any opportunity, person, or circumstance that could contribute to your manifestation. Feel your brain becoming like a sophisticated radar system, constantly scanning for possibilities that align with your desires. This trains your salience network to notice synchronicities and opportunities that you would have previously missed. Practice this protocol for 21 days and watch your brain literally rewire itself for manifestation success. Let me tell you about Robert, a 47-year-old accountant who felt completely unfulfilled in his career and wanted to manifest his dream of becoming a wildlife photographer. "I've been passionate about photography since I was a kid," he said. "But I'm 47 with a mortgage and kids. I visualize traveling the world taking photos, but it feels impossible given my responsibilities." Robert's brain scan showed the classic pattern of someone trying to manifest from limitation instead of possibility. When he visualized his photography career, his brain was simultaneously generating neural patterns of financial fear and responsibility overwhelm. He was manifesting obstacles while trying to manifest opportunities. After practicing the Neural Coherence Manifestation Protocol for 30 days, Robert's brain patterns completely shifted. Month 1. Robert started taking local photography gigs on weekends while keeping his accounting job. Month 3. His photography portfolio caught the attention of a wildlife magazine editor. Month 6. Robert received his first assignment to photograph endangered species in Costa Rica. Month 12. He had transitioned to full-time wildlife photography, earning more than his accounting salary while traveling the world. Robert told me something that captures the essence of coherent manifestation. "I didn't abandon my responsibilities to follow my dreams. I found a way to honor both. My brain learned to see possibilities instead of limitations, and the path revealed itself naturally." Comment "I see possibilities" if you're ready to manifest from expansion instead of limitation. Here's how to adapt this protocol for different areas of your life. For financial manifestation, during Step 3, generate the energy signature of natural prosperity and abundance consciousness. Feel money as energy that flows to you easily because you provide value to others. For relationship manifestation, generate the energy signature of being deeply loved for who you truly are. Feel yourself as naturally magnetic to authentic, healthy relationships. For health manifestation, generate the energy signature of vibrant vitality and cellular regeneration. Feel your body as naturally healthy and self-healing. For career manifestation, generate the energy signature of your natural talents being recognized and rewarded. Feel yourself in perfect alignment with your life purpose. The key is consistency. Your brain needs 21 days of coherent practice to establish new neural pathways as your default manifestation system. Most people give up after a few days because they don't see immediate external results. But the brain changes happen first, and external changes follow. Let me tell you what your life looks like when you master neural coherence manifestation. You stop feeling like you're swimming upstream against invisible forces. Instead, you feel supported by life itself. Opportunities start appearing everywhere because your brain is finally trained to recognize them. People are drawn to you because your electromagnetic field broadcasts coherence and possibility instead of need and desperation. Manifestation stops feeling like hard work and starts feeling like natural alignment with your highest potential. Most importantly, you develop what I call manifestation confidence, the deep knowing that you can create whatever you genuinely desire because your brain is aligned with infinite possibility. Comment: I want manifestation confidence, if you're ready to trust your natural creative power. Amanda was a 32-year-old graphic designer who had been struggling to manifest her own design agency for 4 years. I have the skills, I have some clients, but I can't seem to make the jump to full independence, she said. I manifest small successes, but never the big breakthrough I really want. Amanda's brain scan revealed something I see in many people who manifest inconsistently. Her neural networks would achieve temporary coherence during her manifestation practice, but then default back to old patterns throughout the day. She was manifesting part-time instead of full-time. When we taught Amanda how to maintain neural coherence throughout her daily activities, her manifestation power increased exponentially. Week 2. Amanda attracted 3 new high-paying clients through unexpected referrals. Month 1. She was offered a partnership opportunity that eliminated her financial risk of going independent. Month 3. Amanda launched her agency and was profitable from day 1. Month 8. Her agency was featured in design magazines and she had a waiting list of dream clients. Amanda told me something that reveals the importance of sustained neural coherence. I realized I was only manifesting during my practice sessions, and then thinking limitation thoughts the rest of the day. When I learned to maintain coherence consistently, manifestation became my natural state instead of something I did occasionally. Here's what I want you to understand about the neuroquantum community. We're not just people who are interested in manifestation and neuroscience. We're individuals who understand that our brains are quantum computers capable of influencing reality through consciousness. When you comment, "I am quantum coherent" below, you're not just engaging with content. You're declaring to the quantum field that you're ready to manifest from neural alignment instead of neural conflict. You're joining thousands of people worldwide who have discovered that manifestation isn't about hoping and wishing. It's about creating specific brain states that generate specific reality outcomes. Here's your 21-day Neural Coherence Manifestation Challenge. Week 1. Practice the 4-step protocol daily and track any shifts in your thoughts, emotions, or external circumstances. Notice synchronicities and unexpected opportunities. Week 2. Focus on maintaining the energy signature of your desired manifestation throughout your daily activities. Let it become your new emotional baseline. Week 3. Trust the process even when your logical mind questions what's happening. Allow yourself to expect miracles because your brain is now programmed for possibility. After 21 days, comment, "I'm neurally coherent," and share your most significant manifestation breakthrough. What makes the neuroquantum community extraordinary is that we understand manifestation as applied neuroscience, not wishful thinking. Most people approach manifestation like they're placing an order with the universe and hoping it gets delivered. But you're different. You understand that manifestation is about becoming the person who naturally attracts your desires by aligning your neural networks with possibility instead of limitation. We're not manifestation students. We're consciousness scientists who take responsibility for creating our reality through precise brain training. Comment, "I am quantum coherent" below to declare your commitment to manifesting from neural alignment instead of neural conflict. Subscribe to NeuroQuantum if you want to be part of a community that approaches manifestation with scientific rigor and gets consistent results. Hit that notification bell, because I'm going to be sharing advanced neural coherence protocols that can only be understood by people who have committed to this level of consciousness development. The truth is, most people will watch this video, feel inspired for a moment, maybe try the protocol once or twice, and then go back to their old manifestation habits that don't work. They'll continue hoping for change instead of creating the brain changes that make manifestation inevitable. But you have a choice right now. You can continue manifesting the same way 99% of people do, through fantasy, effort, and hope. Or you can step into the 1% who understand that manifestation is a neural skill that can be developed through scientific training. The neuroscience is proven. The protocol is precise. The community is waiting for you. The only question is, are you ready to manifest from quantum coherence instead of neural conflict? Your brain is listening. The quantum field is responding. Your desires are not just possible, they're inevitable when you align your neural networks with infinite possibility. Welcome to NeuroQuantum, where manifestation meets neuroscience, and where you discover your true power as a conscious creator of reality.